especially with spiritual concepts, with spiritual experiences, I noticed that it is a very subtle way to entertain our spiritual identity. They are very well linked. And I found it's a great catharsis to let them sink in your own subconscious. It's like you have a very beautiful diamond on the surface of the water, and you look at it, you like it, you contemplate it, all day long. And then at some point falls from your hands, and the diamond starts to sink into the lake. And you feel the desperation of losing it, and you try to catch it. But then some very deep, sweet voice inside tells you, no, let it go. Let it go. You know, it might never come back. You might never recapture again that sweetness of the diamond when you were experiencing it, or only remember it. It brought you so much joy in the heart. But something deep inside tells you that this is the right thing, to let it sink. Now, the most important thing is that once we let go the diamond, we don't even try to reach it, to rescue it from the water. We have something which is more important than the diamond, the freedom to move from that place. And it's incredible, it's much more worthy than the diamond itself. Otherwise you get stuck in there. Oh, I lost the diamond here in the sand, I have to dig, not leaving the place all your life. We have to be tempted. Until the end, there will be temptation. And once you let go, a heaven, a greater heaven will appear to lure you into that dimension. It's beautiful, it's perfect, it is how it has to be. Don't ever underestimate the subtleties of lies. How can they be so sneaky, so tiny and so small? Like when you have a dome and you have little cracks, and the water, if there is a little crack, the water will get so subtle that it will find the crack and penetrate the cement. This is how it works. And this is how it's supposed to work. I mean, this is the journey. The journey, what is the journey? Develop enough attention, more and more attention, that you will see what is subtle. While before 20 years ago, you are completely unaware of it. For myself, I feel like, and again I will bring about the Christian tradition, which they have, for example, opposite to Advaita. They always advise towards some kind of humbleness, like whatever state you reach, just keep a reserve. Don't ever think that you are not being fooled by your own mind. And many people, they misunderstand this. They think that, oh, they always talk about their sins and they are so pitiful. But it's not about this. In the real Christian tradition, I'm talking about monks in a monastery, a real Christian tradition, they advise whatever state you reach, just dismiss it as not being yours. This is what they mean. The lies are getting, the more you get along the way, the lies are getting subtle and subtle and subtle, under the capacity of the current consciousness to detect them. You see, the real act of renunciation is not a doing. That's a big secret. It's not like if you end up in the state of bliss, you have to push it away. Like, oh, I'm in bliss now, I have to do something bad to myself to feel like shit. No, I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about that very short moment when the state of bliss starts to fade away, and we all know. And catching, with the power of attention, catching that very sweet and subtle impulse when you see yourself trying to hold onto the state. It's always there. So it's more like you don't have to do anything to push away and to renounce, quote unquote, the state of the good state, the blissful state. It's more like when it goes away, Just to observe this very impulse to hold it. To just look at it. Wow, wow, look at me. Look how I make